I'm 81 years old and I do these lives, YouTube lives, Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific time. I am also a TikTok live veteran. I have done over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing these lives because I share advice that will help y'all the name of my live is Good Morning, Undifficult Your Life. Undifficult Your Life. The advice that I share 4 pillars of advice. And I will tell you what those are a little bit later. But I just wanted to tell y'all that, like I said, I have done over 500 TikTok lives. I did my last live, hey Honda Accord, on last TikTok live on Friday, August 29th, 2005. And I did my first YouTube live. The way the universe lined it up was just perfect. The very following Monday, good morning, Shells, uh, September 1st. So I didn't miss a beat. And like I said, I love doing these lives because I get to share the advice that I have lived. I'm 81 years old and I have been living the advice that I share with y'all. Hi, everybody. I've been living this advice since I was about 10 years old. I know that it works, and I want the gift that I have been given by God, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, is the gift of being able to communicate philosophies. I want y'all to share the live too, please, because it'll open up the possibility that I'll be able to share this advice with a lot more people. So I was telling y'all, yeah, I do these lives. My last live for TikTok was August 29th. My first live for YouTube was September 1st. And so I'm still on TikTok. I just do my lives here on YouTube. And I got off of TikTok because they were becoming too hard on, I thought that they were limiting freedom of speech. So there's too many things you can't say. And not so here on YouTube. But I don't say anything that's gross or vulgar or whatever. So, but I just don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. And so that's why I stopped doing my lives on TikTok. But I'm still on TikTok. I have over 53,000 viewers or followers. I have over 53,000 followers on TikTok, and I post just about every single day. I still post to TikTok. I'm still getting new followers on TikTok. Thank you. And my username on TikTok is JJ, the letter J, JJ Fields, Fields, and the number 7. So if you want to go over there and check, I got a lot of really good, useful content on TikTok. Like I said, I've done over 500 TikTok lives, and I don't know how many posts and videos I have. So everything that I post on social media, I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, which is X, and YouTube. I'm just starting to do my lives here on YouTube. But everything that I post is helpful. You can use it immediately. So go and check it out, And I'm telling y'all that the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. Undifficult Your Life. And by the way, I want to now, my moderators are letting y'all know, no religion. Don't come up with no Jesus stuff and no Bible stuff and no politics. Thank you. I don't believe in either one. I talk to God all day long, and God ain't got no religion. So don't come up with this Christian, I almost cussed. Don't come up with this Christian mess. I don't want if you want to talk about Jesus or the Bible, take it someplace else. Because my moderators will, okay, you're gone. I'm just removing you. I removed that one myself, Shelster and Honda. I removed that one myself. So you will be removed. And if any of you are thinking about trolling this live, and asking dumb questions, you will be removed as well. Those are the kind of people, I only want serious people who are really focused on improving their lives. So if you are not focused on improving your life, this is not the place for you to be. And my moderators will act accordingly. And sometimes I will act accordingly. I don't want any Jesus, no Christian stuff, no Bible stuff, no politics, period. I am here to share advice about how you can undifficult your life. Okay, and people who want to trolling does not bother me. It really reflects on you. That's a new word for me. I'm 81 years old. I never heard the word troll. And so to me, a troll is a very pathetic kind of a person, because it takes a pathetic person to want to intentionally insult or be mean to or cruel to anybody else, So I've had trolls apologize to me right here on my lives, okay? So now I'm telling you right now, if you are thinking about trolling me, it doesn't bother me. It reflects on you, and it shows how dumb you are. So don't do that. You're hiding behind the username, but it doesn't bother me. And most of the time, I don't even see it. I don't read the comments. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Monique. So most of the time, now people who write comments that are like 3 or more lines, I almost automatically don't read them, because for one thing, y'all, look, my line of vision is up here. I see the comments coming in through my peripheral vision. And every once in a while, I'll take a break and I'll come down and look, I'll gaze down and read some of the comments. But if you put in my moderators call them paragraphs. If you put in a whole paragraph, the chances are very, very good that I will not read it. I don't have time to read it. I really wish that I had time to read all the comments, but I don't. I have 90 minutes, y'all, to share the 4 pillars of advice that I have to share. Oh, this is because it's YouTube. Somebody said, Jake said, why so many trollers? Yeah, it's because this is YouTube. And YouTube, I understand, is the biggest platform, the biggest social media platform. So it's going to have the most number of trolls. But like I said, trolls don't bother me. It really reflects, it shows how dumb they are. And, people, they'll say all kinds of dumb stuff. You'll see it but hey, I'm just trying to tell them that it doesn't bother me. It does. I don't pay attention to that. That doesn't hurt me. Okay, so none of that stuff. So now here is the 4 pieces, the pillars of advice that I have to share. 4 pillars. And I call them pillars because me and my man, his name is Pap, as P-A-P. His real name is Fred. We have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly. We have been together for 68 years. We've been married. We just celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary on June 3rd. So we've been together for 68 years since we were both 13 years old. He just turned 82 in September, and Lord, oh my God, I turned 81, y'all. 81 on February 4th, 81 years old. And my first pinned video on my TikTok page is me strutting my stuff on my 81st birthday, wearing a short, I still wear mini skirts, y'all. Every dress and skirt I have in my closet is short. So I'm strutting my stuff on my first pin video over on my TikTok page. On my 81st birthday, I'm wearing a dress, a short dress that is over 30 years old, and shoes. I think the dress is maybe over 35 years old, and shoes that are over 30 years old, and I can still wear them. So check it out if y'all are interested in that, okay? So now I'm going to show you a picture. Me and Pap have been together for 68 years. This picture is, we were both 25 years old. Thank you, Big Raga. We were both 25 years old, y'all. As Pap and Joyce, 1969, okay? Now, this next one, I'm only going to show you two pictures. So this next picture is our 57th wedding anniversary last year, and we were both 80 years old on this picture, our 57th wedding anniversary. Okay, 80 years old. It blows my mind. I don't take it for granted, y'all. I'm amazed at it too. It amazes me as well. And so here you go, look. At the top, we're both 25 years old, and at the bottom, we're both 80 years old. Oh, I'm going to tell y'all how you do it. Okay? Yep. So I don't take it for granted. Now, that leads me into what I'm going to be telling y'all. I'm going to be discussing this book a little bit later. This book is entitled, "The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go," among other things. Oh, thank y'all for all the compliments on the pictures too. Thank you. I appreciate that. I knew y'all would be interested. You see the passage of time. You see me and my man at 25 years old, and you see me right now at 81 years old. So, okay. So this book, "The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go," among other things. It's 64 pages, which includes 22 pages of my own recipes. And Pap says that he lives in a 5-star restaurant. And he says that I am an incredible cook. Okay? So, now, this book, since somebody just asked, I'm going to talk about this book. The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, among other things. Okay, but I'm going to go into the at least 80% of my life is spent giving or sharing the advice that I share with y'all, okay? At least 85%. But that 15%, and it might be even less, is what I spend telling y'all about the books that I write. Yeah, he's asleep right now, okay? So the books are at goodshortbooks.com, y'all. And the link is in my profile, goodshortbooks.com. There are 11 fabulous nonfiction books there. My sister wrote one, and I wrote 10. I had no idea I was going to write 10 books, y'all. I wrote my first one on purpose, and that was, it's a memoir. Line of Serenity is called. And I'm the oldest of 7, so I wanted to document the way that our parents raised us. We think that they did a fabulous job, so I wanted to document that. But back to the best way to keep a man is to let him go. And also, there are 11 fabulous nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com. And I'm going to talk about the best way to keep a man is to let him go, since somebody talked about asked some kind of a statement about relationships. How do you do that? I think that's what they said. And forgive me, I don't remember who it was, but you know who you were, or who you are. So 11 awesome nonfiction books in 9 different genres. And the books are flying off the shelves, y'all, because people are coming onto my lives and they're learning about the books. So the books will inspire you, they will delight you, they will entertain you, they will encourage you, they will motivate you, all kinds of good stuff these books will do. Here are the 9 different genres, and they're all different, not subgenres, they are different genres. Memoirs, parenting, relationships. That's the best way to keep a man is to let him go. I'm going to talk about that one. Children's education, fairy tales. My fairy tale is nonfiction because it deals with a very serious subject. Bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. Those are the 9 different genres, 11 nonfiction books. And like I said, y'all, the books are really flying off the shelves because they are really kind of go along with the lives that I do. The lives that I do, my mission statement is I do lives that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. And as an author, my mission statement is the same, except it is I write books that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. So that's what I do. I write books and I do lives. And I cook and I clean. Okay, you get the point. I do everything everybody else does. Okay, so now the 4 pillars, and PAP is the reason why. I used to call them pieces of advice. Come on, y'all, share the live. I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot of people. Right now, YouTube says I have 61 people on here. And if y'all will share the live, it will open up the possibility, not a guarantee. It'll open up the possibility that I will be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. And I think that y'all will understand how come I'm asking you to share it when you start hearing about how easy it is to undifficult your life. Now back to the 4 pillars. And PAP is the reason why. I used to call them pieces. He said, no, they're more than pieces. He said to call them pillars because a pillar is a sturdy structure on which you can build a foundation for your life. Now, here are the 4 pillars that the advice that I share. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how to do that during this live, okay? Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your level of patience, but I always start with the toddlers. So if you are raising toddlers, then you will want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Pillar number 3 is stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. There is tremendous, tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You start losing your power when you become angry. And I'll give you a whole lot of information on that to help you to see what the advantages are for developing and maintaining a positive attitude, for staying calm, for increasing your level of patience. And so all of these things. So stay calm. And I do what I call helpful hand visuals throughout my lives. Thank you for the subscriptions, y'all. I appreciate that. And thanks for the shares, too. I really appreciate that because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people, to let people know how easy it is to change their lives for the better, to improve, okay? So now I do these helpful hand visuals. See, I remember where I was throughout my lives, but when I get to, I do helpful hand visuals in pillar number 1 as well. But when I get to pillar number 3, when I did the helpful hand visual, no, let me tell you why I call them helpful hand visuals. Because one of my viewers, her name is, I'm thinking now, Jessie Knott. I'm mixing up somebody else. I'm farther down in my live, I talk about another person's name, so I all got it mixed up. So, but Jessie Knott, this person, she said, quote, these visuals are so helpful, unquote. And so she was talking about the gestures that I do with my hands. And Spirit gives me these helpful hand visuals, y'all. I do not make them up. Spirit gives them to me. And when I was in pillar number 3, stay calm, I was talking about when you're calm and your neurons are like this, as opposed to when you become angry, your neurons are like that, okay? So, and I'll go into that in more detail when I get to pillar number 3. So y'all hang tough with me. And please share the live, because y'all are really going to enjoy what I have to say, because I'm going to give y'all examples using helpful hand visuals, and it will really drive home the point that I am making, or the points that I am making, okay? All right, good. Thank you, Nick. So now, that's pillar number 3. When I get there, pillar number 3, the helpful hand visual, I did it in one of my TikTok lives this year, and it blew a lot of the viewers of my live, blew their minds. I did it for Pap. It blew his mind, and it blows my mind too. And like I said, Spirit gives me these helpful hand visuals. So I don't know how to share either, Tracy. Does anybody know? Anybody can tell somebody how you share? I don't see how I share it. I don't even know if I can share. I'm the live creator. Oh, maybe I can. Share with, oh, okay. Yeah. I think I just shared it. I'm not sure, Shells and Honda Accord. I think I did. See, I don't have any 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner. I've got an arrow, and it did say copy. Okay, I'm going to hit it again. I got an arrow in the lower right-hand corner, a share. It looks like a share. And it says share with your audience. And one of the options is copy link. And that's what I did. So, and I think that if it's like TikTok, when you copy link, it puts it out into the YouTube world. Does it not? Am I correct in that, Shells? Do you know? Yeah, I clicked the arrow, so we'll see. Yeah, I understand that completely, Honda Accord. And Shellstar, I don't know if you know how to share here on YouTube. Oh yeah, there's nothing to share with TikTok. I don't know about that. I don't know. So, okay, so I just did the share and then copy link, and that's what you used to do on that's what you did on TikTok. So that's what I did. Hopefully it worked. So now, pillar number 3, I was telling you, is stay calm. And when I get to pillar number 3, the helpful hand visual that I'll be doing in the helpful hand visuals, because I do 2 of them, it will blow a lot of y'all's minds. It blows my mind too. So then there are only 4 pillars, y'all. Pillar number 4. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration. And I tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Okay, now back to pillar number 1. I'm starting to give y'all the advice that I'm going to be sharing. And I would like for y'all to share this. YouTube says that I have 59 people on here now. And I would appreciate it if y'all would share it, because I want to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. So pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat that. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. And thank y'all for sharing, and thank y'all for subscribing. I appreciate everything very much. So, develop and maintain a positive attitude. That's the first pillar, pillar number 1. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? A negative attitude or a positive attitude? Do you consciously think about that fact? That there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? Now, some people will argue with me and say, no, there are 3 attitudes that you can have. You can be neutral. No, you cannot. You're not a vehicle. Okay? So, your attitude is either going to be negative or positive. No religion. I don't go for Bible stuff or Jesus stuff. Don't put that here. Okay? So, don't bother typing all that mess. It will be deleted quickly. So now, a negative attitude or a positive attitude? Come on, give me a response. YouTube says I have 74 people on here. Come on, do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? A negative attitude or a positive attitude? That's it. Come on, give me some responses. Come on. Okay. Come on, give me some responses. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Anna. Do you think about that? Come on. Come on. Okay, come on. Okay, so good. You do think about it. Wonderful. Come on, give me some responses. Wonderful. All right. I don't understand that. So it went by fast, Shelster. I don't know what you said. Okay, good. You say you do? All right, wonderful. There are only 2 attitudes that you can have, y'all. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. And you don't choose to have a negative attitude. I'm 81 years old, and this is what I have observed in my 81 years. You don't choose to have a negative attitude. Wait. Oh, I've been putting it in the chat. No, I didn't know how to share. I just learned about this arrow that's going point. I don't have the 3 dots that you were talking about. So I just did copy link. I hit the arrow in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen. And then, well, I'll tell you what happens. When I hit that, it says share with your audience. And then copy link is one of the options. And that's what I used to do on TikTok, copy link. And so I guess it just puts it out into the YouTube universe. Okay, that's what I would assume. So that was the way that I shared it. So I would assume that a lot of people have, thank you, Philip. A lot of people have the arrow in the bottom right-hand corner, and you just touch that and then hit copy link. Yeah. Okay, so good. I appreciate everybody that's trying to share it and that is successful at sharing very much. So now, you don't choose to have a negative attitude. See, I remembered where I was. Okay. So if you don't, excuse me, if you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude is a choice that you make. For real, y'all, it's a choice that you have to make. A positive attitude is not going to come and deposit itself in your lap or on your plate or wherever, okay? A positive attitude is something that you must deliberately choose to have. You must intentionally choose to have. You hear? You have to on purpose choose to have a positive attitude. And I'm going to tell you how you do it. So now, here's what I have observed. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you will almost certainly have a negative attitude. It's just that simple, y'all. You don't choose to have a negative attitude. It's almost like it's a default. You must choose to have a positive attitude. A positive attitude is, it's like a magnet. A positive attitude attracts positivity. A negative attitude attracts negativity. Y'all have heard that all before. Life is like a boomerang. What you put out is what comes back to you. So put out positive things, positive energy. So here is the way you decide, or when you write a program to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Here is what you write, and here's what you say out loud. Say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat it. That is the program that you write, and that is what you say out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Put your feet on the path to do exactly that, to develop and maintain a positive attitude. And what that means is you can say to anybody in your life, just tell them, don't throw it up in my face what my attitude was like yesterday or last week. You understand? So this is the program that you write, and you tell them, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You see? That means you can develop and maintain a positive attitude. You can write that program at any minute in your life. At any minute in your life. That's what you can do. Now, I am going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. A lot of people tell me to have a great day. I don't say have a great day. I say make a great day. I don't think that great days, I think great days are made. I don't think there's any such thing as a bad day. No such thing. Bad stuff can happen, but there's never such a thing as a bad day, okay? So I always say make it a great day or make it a wonderful evening or whatever. So make it. Don't say have. That's my 2 cents, okay? So y'all are on my live and y'all listening to my 2 cents, okay? Yeah, and thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I love doing these lives. Okay. Okay. All right. So now, excuse me. I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. You heard that correctly. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. On the count of 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This is what a negative attitude looks like, y'all. These are the kind of people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. In the meantime, what my hands are doing is a helpful hand visual, and it symbolizes all of these positive elements constantly flying through the universe, constantly. You see? But they always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. When you say that program out loud, okay, that's good. Thanks, Shells. When you say that program out loud, you raise your frequency, you raise your vibration. And on the count of three, I'm going to show you what happens when you say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to count to three and show you what happens. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is what happens. What was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. You understand? Did I communicate that accurately? Did y'all understand that from my mind to y'all's mind? Did I show you how when you have a positive attitude, positive things start making a connection with your psyche? Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Aero Macro. Thanks, Honda. Yes, so I communicated it effectively, so y'all got the point. You saw how positive elements are constantly flying through the universe there. So always work on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, I'm going to read y'all a list of words. Oh, first I'm going to tell you, the reason why I say it out loud, a lot of people say your programs in your mind. No, I don't say that. You say it out loud. When you say it only in your mind, that's just one element, y'all. One element that you're using. And that is you're saying it in your mind. When you say it out loud, that is 3 elements that you are using. 3. You say it out of your mouth, you hear it with your ears, and it gets plastered into your psyche. Okay? So that is why you say it out loud. And it helps you to be more conscious of it. That's what works, okay? So now, oh, you're very welcome. I'm really glad that y'all are here, and I want y'all to share this live because I want to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. So just share the live, and thank you for sharing it, those of you who are sharing it, and thank you for subscribing, those of you who have subscribed. So yes, you say it out loud. Exactly, you say it out loud. Now, I'm going to read you a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you. But like I just told you, you can write that program any minute in your life. And from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Okay? So now here are the words. And it might be you. And also these words kind of describe personality traits or personality characteristics. Here are the words: anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, and the last word is ego. Back up to the top. The very first word is anger. Anger. Do you know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? Yeah, that's good, Danielle. Are you the one who is full of anger? Who is angry? That is negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges? Are you the one who is full of resentment, who holds grudges? That is negative too. I'm going to come back to it, but I'm going to go on to lies and dishonesty. Do you know people who lie, people who are dishonest? Are you the one who is a liar, who is the dishonest one? That is negative 2. All right, back up to resentment and holding grudges. Resentment and holding grudges. I'm going to tell you something that you probably have never heard. These words will help you a lot, okay? You probably have never heard this. If you are full of resentment and if you hold grudges against other people, you are living in the past. You hear me? You are living in the past because you're holding on to something, gnawing, chewing on it, that happened. Past tense. There is nothing that the people that did it to you can do to change it. There is nothing that you can do to change it. Okay? You must forgive them. You can't do anything about it. They can't do anything about it. You must forgive them. If you're holding it, you must forgive them. Okay? And it doesn't matter who it was or what they did or said. You must forgive them. Now, forgiving does not mean you welcome them back into your life or you go back into theirs. But if that's the case, if all parties agree, that would be a wonderful thing to do. But it doesn't require that. When you forgive, you are forgiving for yourself. Let me tell you something. When you hold on, I call those things, all of those words, arrogance, regret, greed, resentment and holding grudges, anger, lying and dishonesty. I call them the uglies. The uglies. When you hold on to the uglies only damage the person who holds on to them. You understand? You are doing damage to yourself. When you hold on to unforgiveness, resentment, grudges, and all of that stuff, that creates an internal, invisible burden on your spirit, on your soul, on your blood, on your organs, on everything. So you must forgive. And look around you. I want y'all to open your eyes. I want y'all to open your eyes and look around you, and it might be you. People who hold on to unforgiveness, hold resentment and grudges and all these ugly things inside of them, look around you. You probably know some of them. They are, in a lot of cases, they're on pharmaceutical medications. They are not in the best of health. And they are not aging well. They are not aging gracefully. They look older than they are. Yes, it will. They will eat you alive. They will put you in bad health. So you must forgive. You must forgive. And I'm going to tell you how you do it, okay? Now, share this live, y'all, because I would like to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. YouTube says I have 81 people on here now. It just goes up and down. It just absolutely blows my mind. So I will share the advice even if I have only just me and my moderators and one other person. That I will share this advice. I share it 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. Pacific. Spread the word too, y'all. Let people know that this advice is being given out, so I love doing this. I'm just sitting here in my lazy boy rocker recliner. So I love doing this. You must forgive. See, I remember where I was. Now I'm going to tell you how. Now I'm 81 years old. There was no such thing. I want to tell you this too. Some people will tell you to forgive and forget. Hell no. You don't ever forget. No, you would be an idiot if you did that. You don't forget. You keep it on the back burner, you keep it on the stove, so you don't forget. But you don't carry that a chip on your shoulder because you're not forgetting either. You got to be kind in this life. You're being watched, just like all of us are. So you must forgive. So don't forget. All right, now, I'm 81 years old. When I was a kid, there was no such thing as text message or email or video call, all of that stuff. So, but you can use any of those things to forgive them. You can send them a text message, tell them you forgive them. You can send them an email, any of that. But now, let me tell you something. Here is this is good, okay? If you don't ever want to have anything else to do with them, nothing, you can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. Honest to goodness. I got 4 examples to show y'all. 4 testimonials to show y'all, okay? Chelsea, you told me testimonials. Yes, so you can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. The universe or God or whatever you call your higher power was there when the mess happened. It knows. So when you say it out loud to the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power, it knows what you're talking about. Okay? So now, the universe or God or your higher power, whatever you call it, was there when it happened. When you say you forgive, the universe knows exactly what you're talking about. Now, here is what you say out loud to the universe or God or whatever you call the higher power. And I respectfully, or I say that out of respect for whatever you call your higher power, okay? I call mine God or the universe, and I use them interchangeably, okay? So now, what you say is, out loud, universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. Oh yeah, you believe that you're responsible for, somebody just said they're an atheist. So do atheists believe that they are responsible for when they're gonna, or if they will take their next breath? I would have hoped that you believe in something that tells you to take your next breath. Otherwise, I assume you don't believe that you are in charge of your breathing. So, but that's neither here nor there. So whatever. Okay. So now, universe, I'm going to repeat it. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. Okay? Now, use your hand the way I use my hand. That symbolizes you're touching the universe. You're touching spirit. That's what it symbolizes, okay? Now I'm going to give y'all 4 people who gave me testimonials on my live. And this was a TikTok live. I've only been doing YouTube lives since September 1st. Come on, y'all, share the live. And I want to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. YouTube says I now have 68 people on here. So now, you're very welcome. Testimonial number 1. She said, I forgave my dad like that. And I immediately burst into tears. Testimonial number 2. She said, I forgave myself like that. And I immediately burst into tears. You can forgive yourself too. The universe knows what you did or what you said. You can get away with it. Okay. Yeah, you can forgive. You can forgive yourself. Now, the third testimonial was a young man, and he said, I forgave, and I felt my spirit shift. You see? So somebody was asking if you forgive. You have to forgive. I don't care who it was or what they did. And I can't make it any plainer than that. You must forgive. I don't care who it was or what they did. Because you forgive for yourself, not for them. You're not letting anybody off the hook. You're letting yourself off the hook. Because like I told you, you are creating your own health hazard when you hold on to ugliness. Ugliness damages the person who holds on to it. It makes a lot of sense to me. How you think you're gonna hold on to you holding burning hot coals and you think it's gonna burn in people's hands that you know? That's not the way it works. So you must forgive. Say it out loud. You forgive. Tell it to the universe. Now the fourth testimonial is a young lady by the name of Patricia. And Patricia had been watching my lives, and no, everybody, you can choose that, Danielle. You can choose to hold on to unforgiveness, but you will be doing damage to yourself. So I always tell y'all, you can choose whatever you want to choose. So that's up to y'all. But know that you're hurting yourself. That's it. You're not hurting them. You're going to be ended up in the hospital and saying they still walking around and doing whatever. So, but you're the one that's going to end up being paying the price for that ugliness inside of you. You got to get rid of it. So, Patricia had been she'd been watching my lives for quite a while. I don't know how long. And I always talk about forgiveness. In every live I do, I share the 4 pillars of advice. And I've done over 500 TikTok lives, and I just started my YouTube lives on September 1st, okay? Just a couple of months ago. So now, Patricia had been watching my lives. I'm glad I remember where I just had to rewind, and then I get back to where I was. It's true, I love that response. Okay, thank you. All right, you're very welcome. So Patricia had been holding a grudge against her mother for, get this, y'all. She had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. Over 40 years, y'all. Yes. Okay. You forgive for the sake of yourself. When you're mentally ready, it might help you move on. Oh, yeah, you have to be mentally ready, but you have to be, it's not even about mentally ready. You have to want to have a fresher start, a fresher way of looking at things, and I think that anybody, okay, here's a quote that I coined many, many lives ago. It was a TikTok live. And here's the quote. If you develop and maintain a negative attitude, you will increase your chances for suffering consequences. Whereas if you develop and maintain a positive attitude, you will increase your chances for receiving rewards. And I always ask the question, which do you prefer? Do you want to suffer consequences or receive rewards? And that's a duh kind of question to me. So if you want to receive rewards, you must change your attitude. You can't keep doing the same things you've been doing and expecting different results. Pap always says, if you keep on doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep on getting what you've been getting. If you want something different, you got to do something different. If nothing changes, then nothing changes. You see? So that's what Pap always says. You got to do something different, even if you just practice it for a day or two, okay? So just practice it for a day or two. Just commit to doing it for a day or two or a week or whatever. Challenge yourself. Yeah, receive rewards. Anybody with any sense? Okay, do that. So now, Patricia had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. That's 40 years worth of Mother's Days, especially Mother's Days. And so she forgave her mother, and this past Mother's Day, they spent it together. And she came up as a guest on my TikTok live and shared with us what a wonderful time they had together. And I'm sure that they're continuing to carry it on. And so it really warmed my heart. I got so full. I didn't boo-hoo, but to think that the advice that I share did that for her and her mother's relationship, it's just a wonderful thing, warmed my heart. So now, that is forgive. So you must forgive. And when you forgive, it's like I already told y'all, is when you hold on to that ugliness, it creates an internal, invisible burden on your soul, on your spirit, on your blood, on your organs, on your entire being, okay? And it's like it creates pressure in your soul, in your spirit, and on your bones and your blood and all of that. So that's one of the reasons why it can put you into bad health, okay? So Shelster calls it a pressure release valve when you forgive. And when you forgive, this is what happens. Psst. You see? Okay. Yes, that's what happens. A pressure release valve. You release all that pressure from holding the grudges, from holding the resentment, from holding the unforgiveness. It creates pressure in your body. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So come on, y'all, share the live. I want y'all to share this live because I want to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. So now I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will guide you on your journey to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Here are the words: joy, first three letters of my name, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, and the last word is faith. So, those are the words that will guide you. And I want y'all to really work on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I can't think of anything good that has come from a negative attitude. No, you see, when you develop and maintain a positive attitude, this is a helpful hand visual that I'm doing. It's like my hand is a big plug. That's what a positive attitude is like, y'all. It's like a big plug in your hand, okay? And you plug it into your spirit. You plug it into your soul. And this is what I love to say. It electrifies you. You hear me, y'all? It electrifies you. Come on, y'all, share the live. I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. Oh, I'm the honorary grandmother to a whole lot of people, so I am honored to be that, so it electrifies you. It pushes you into becoming a very vibrant part of your own life. You hear me? That's what it does. It pushes you into becoming a very vibrant part of your own life. It electrifies you. When you have a positive attitude, that's what it does for you. I showed you what a negative attitude looks like. You're all sunken into yourself. A negative attitude is low energy, low vibration, low frequency, low everything. Okay? A positive attitude is electrification. You're just full of energy. You understand? Yes. So, now, positive attitude. Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Therefore, you live your life by a ratio. Ratio, R-A-T-I-O. I'm going to ask you that question. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? R-A-T-I-O. Come on, give me some responses. And I'm only looking for responses that say no. I'm only looking for responses that say no. Come on, y'all. Give me some responses. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? R-A-T-I-O. I'm going to explain what a ratio is. I'm going to explain exactly what it is and how you use it, okay? So come on, give me some responses. YouTube says I now have 71 people on here. Come on. Oh, good. Thank you, Mama, Mother, Amina. Thank you. Thanks, Aurora Borealis. Come on, give me some more responses, y'all. Oh, I'm definitely going to explain. Yes. Okay. I'm only looking for responses that say no. Any more responses? Okay, good. Wonderful. Excuse me. Okay, now, a ratio, R-A-T-I-O. I told you, nobody can be in a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can be in a negative attitude 100% of the time. Therefore, you live your life by a ratio. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely, I didn't say can possibly or it might or okay. It will definitely help you to better control your life. Okay? I'm going to repeat it. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely, y'all, help you to better control your life. It's very simple. You and you alone control your ratio. You and you alone can adjust your ratio. You set it. If you set it too high, you can lower it. If you set it too low, you can raise it. Now I'm going to give you my ratio. Excuse me. My ratio is 80-20. 80-20. That means 80% of the time, I am happy being in the positive attitude mode. 20% of the time, I'm okay. I didn't say I was happy. You see that? I'm okay with being in the negative attitude mode. Now back over to the positive attitude mode. Come on, y'all, share the live. This advice will help you to undifficult your life, for real. I live it, and I have been, I'm 81 years old. I've been living this advice that I'm sharing with y'all since I was about 10 years old. I know that it works. So 80-20, that 80% positive, that means 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write. 80% of the time, I do what is right, what is fair. Share the live, y'all. What is honest, what is kind, what is considerate, everything positive stuff, okay? 80% of the time, that's what I do. Now, 80-20, I don't own that. You can use it if that suits you. If you know, use it, fine, that's good. Some people on my lives have chosen 75-25 or 60-40, but whatever. So mine is 80-20, and I use that for purposes of illustration for y'all, okay? So 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write. 80% of the time, I do what is right, what is fair, what is kind, what is considerate, what is honest, all of that stuff, okay? 20% of the time, I can be in the negative attitude mode, but the negative attitude mode can never include three things. Three things that it can never include. It can never include, and whatever you assign, whatever your negative portion is that you're going to assign, it's the same going to be the same for you. Those three things that cannot be included in the negative, when you're in the negative attitude mode, you cannot be physically abusive to anybody. You can't hit people, you can't throw things. The second thing is you can't be verbally abusive to anybody. Thank you, I like you too. You can't cuss anybody out. You can't insult anybody. And the third thing, thanks to one of my viewers, her username is Midnight, she asked me to include tone of voice. And it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So I wanted to include that. I was happy to include that. So that's the third one. You cannot use an ugly tone of voice with anybody. So now, those three things, when you're in a negative attitude mode, you can't do those three things. No physical abuse, verbal abuse, or ugly tone of voice. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. Okay. So now, you see? That helps. Let me give me some input, y'all. Give me some responses. Did that explanation show y'all how you use your ratio? Come on, give me that. Give me some responses. And I don't tolerate stupidity on my live. You will be removed. So I just removed that person. So it's a stupid person. It's really, it's very sad, very sad. But then there are a lot of people who have mental issues. So, you know, you got to give a break for all of that stuff. Okay. So come on, give me some responses, y'all. God, solid advice. Yes. Okay. Can you use the ratio? Did I explain it clearly? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Come on, give me some responses. Stop playing a victim. Don't be a victim. You know, you be a victor. Stop doing that kind of stuff. All right, good. Okay. Yeah. Well, when you put in comments, stupid comments like that, they're going to be removed. It doesn't bother me. It just shows you how it shows everybody how stupid you are. You know, so it doesn't bother me. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Those people are very sad. I feel sorry for them. Yeah. Okay. Come on. I was looking at the. Okay. Come on, y'all. Did y'all get that, the ratio? I think I got enough responses. So all right. So now I'm going to show y'all how you can write a program to change any behavior that you have. So I'm going to use a false scenario, a false behavior. I'm going to attribute it to me, but it's not true. It's only for purposes of showing y'all how you write a program to change any behavior that you have. You can't change other people's behaviors, but you can only change your own. So when you are working on trying to change somebody else's behavior, they're looking at you saying, why don't you work on yourself? And that is what my best advice to all of y'all is. Do things to improve yourself, okay? Oh, thank you. So do things to improve yourself. Stop trying to change the behavior of other people. If they're 18 years old or older, you can't be doing that. You see? I'm going to get into younger. Yeah, all right. So, but next, this is how you change your own behavior. You write a program, and you write a program by saying it out loud. And here is the behavior, and I'm going to tell y'all the program that you write, or that I write, or whatever, how you're going to get the point. So here is the behavior, which is not true. I eat 12 cookies every day. I don't. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Now, here is the program that I write to change that behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. Excuse me, I gotta get some water. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. And then tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies. And the next days, weeks, months come and you're still eating 10 cookies. Now, what my ratio is, 80-20, that means that 80% of the time, I will eat 10 cookies of what my program says I will do. So 20% of the time, I can go back up to 11 cookies. I can even go back up to 12 cookies, okay? So I am still honoring the program that I wrote. 80% of the time, I eat 12 cookies. I mean 10, 10 cookies, okay? So that is the way you write your programs, to change whatever behavior you have that you want to change. So now, I had a young lady that had an eating disorder. This was on one of my TikTok lives. I've done over 500 TikTok lives, y'all. I don't do them on TikTok anymore. I do them here on YouTube now. And she had an eating disorder, and she used the advice that I just shared with y'all to change. And the comment she posted on my TikTok live, and I did a screenshot of it, or one of my moderators did a screenshot of it. My moderators take screenshots of comments and send them to me, and then I post them. And so it's just like testimonials that people will say what they have to say about the lives that I do. And she posted a comment, and I screenshot it, and I posted it on my TikTok page. It's there on my page. She said, words to this effect: I went from eating 6 meals a day to 5 to 4 and now 3, thanks to her advice. She was talking about the advice that I share. So she used it to control an eating disorder. So you can use it for, try different kinds of things. If you, whatever behavior you want to change in yourself, try that. I just gave you the example. You can use that and put it on any behavior that you have. But remember, you can only change your own behavior. You cannot change the behavior of other people. Now, pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Okay. Bye, Honda. So, you can only change your own behavior. Don't try to be changing other people's behaviors, okay? Now I'm thinking, I'm rewinding, make sure I got all of these points in that I want to get in. Okay. Now, positive attitude, negative attitude. This is a negative attitude. I'm just showing y'all this. This is another helpful hand visual. This is inner peace and spirit. Okay? Negative attitude. They cannot get through to a negative attitude. Positive attitude. Thank you. Not only does it get through, it turns and encases your entire being. Positive attitude. Inner peace will only come to you if you have a positive attitude. Spirit will only come to you if you have a positive attitude. Think about it. Imagine this. This is you in the form of spirit, in the form of inner peace. And you're just flitting around. You're just flitting around. Would you land on a person who has a negative attitude? I sure as hell wouldn't. Yeah, okay. So, no. A negative attitude repels inner peace. A negative attitude repels spirit. So, don't have a negative attitude. It's not worth it. Okay? That's pillar number 1. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Increase your level of patience, y'all. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that. But I always start with toddlers. If you are raising toddlers, here's the way you do that. When that toddler asks for a cookie, tell that toddler, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer. Give the toddler that cookie in 5 minutes. Do that several times, still on the timer, 5 minutes. Then stretch it to 10 minutes. Do that several times, 10 minutes, and then stretch it to 15 minutes. Go all the way up to an hour. Always use the timer. Not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you will also be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Now, Spirit came to me and told me I could show y'all how you can teach yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. You're going to need a piece of paper and something to write with. Some of you, I'm sure, are interested. So I'm going to count to 10 while you go and get something to write with and a piece of paper and all of that. So I'm going to drink some water and count to 10, and then I'll come back and tell you. It's a fun exercise. It's a cute little exercise. I do it all the time. Okay, excuse me. Thank you. Get the screenshot here. I got it that time. Yeah, Papa's sleeping, and I show him the screenshots when he gets up. So now, on that piece of paper, write down the time that it is right now, whatever your time zone is. Put the paper away, and then at some point later, doesn't matter how much later, try to guess what time it is at that point. Do that many times during the course of the day. And if you use an alarm clock to get you up, then if you wake up before the clock goes off, try to guess what time it is. You know, you'll come within, I don't know, anywhere from 5 minutes to 35, 40 minutes or something like that. Ah, you did it all day. Yeah, how close did you come? Yeah, you get to the point where you'll really be good at feeling elapsed time. Yeah, so that's great. All right. So now, if you're 10 years old or older, the way you teach yourself how to increase your own level of patience, you make yourself wait. Make yourself wait. Okay, good. So, especially if it's something that you were fiending for, make yourself wait. Especially if it's something that you would normally give yourself immediate gratification for. No religion on here, no Jesus stuff, and no Bible stuff. I don't tolerate that. Now, I don't have nothing to do with religion, especially when I found out that it's man-made. No, thank you. Okay. I talk to God all day. God ain't got no religion. So, especially if it's something you're fiending for, make yourself wait. That is the way you learn how to increase your level of patience. I don't preach, Tammy, I share. Okay, so when you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, wow, is that a fabulous thing to have happen to you? It tells you that you are the victor. Yes, so that is the way you teach yourself patience. Make yourself wait. Then, pillar number 3. I told y'all I was going to discuss the best way to keep a man's letting go. I'm going to have to do that tomorrow. Pillar number 3, stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You start losing that power when you become angry. And listen, y'all, when you see people blubbering and all animated and all just aggravated, just all full of energy, negative energy, bad energy, they are losing power. They are losing control. Here is what calm, stay calm. Look, power. Does that look like power? Animated, aggravated, agitated. You know, I don't preach, I share. That doesn't look like power. You see? So make yourself wait. Say it out loud. I am teaching myself how to wait. I am learning how to increase my level of patience. You see? That's pillar number 2. And if you are raising kids, I really recommend this book, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. I had it translated into Spanish. Madre Docena. I don't speak Spanish. But this book is 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. And the link is in my profile, goodshortbooks.com. And I talk about patience because I show this book because 12 ingredients, Mother's Dozen. That means 12 in an easy recipe. There are ingredients in the recipe. So here are the 12 ingredients. And the last one is patience. And that's why I show this book. I highly recommend it when you are raising toddlers, 2, 3, and 4-year-olds. This book makes a wonderful gift to anybody raising kids. So that is pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Pillar number 3 is to stay calm. You must stay calm. And I think I already was there. Staying calm. Yeah, because I remember showing y'all this here. Okay, stay calm. During this live, one of my lives this year, TikTok lives, Spirit came to me and told me to use the word neurons. I had never used the word neurons in any of my lives, but I used it. Spirit told me to use the word neurons. I knew that neurons had something to do with the brain. But I was talking about staying calm. When you're calm, your neurons are doing like this. They are going past each other, communicating with each other, all of this calmness. Here's what happens when you become angry. Here's what your neurons do. Look. Look. So, when Spirit came to me and gave me those two helpful hand visuals, this is calm, this is anger. Spirit came back to me that night and said, look up what neurons do. I was totally flabbergasted, y'all. I don't remember Spirit ever coming back to me and telling me to do something, but it sure did. So here's my hand, honest to goodness. I obeyed. I Googled it. I looked up. Spirit said, look up what neurons do. And so I looked it up, and I Googled it, and this is what Google said. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. Excuse me. That's why you can't think straight when you're angry, upset, or whatever. That's why you can't make good decisions. You can't make good choices when you are angry. So do yourself a favor. The next time you start to feel yourself becoming angry, think about your neurons. They're jacked up. Don't do that to yourself. Think about your neurons, y'all, and stay calm. There is power in your ability to stay calm. Remember this. Calm. Anger. All of this animation and aggression, all of this ugly stuff. So stay calm. That is pillar number 3. Now, pillar number 4, there are only 4 pillars. The 4th pillar is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, anger, any of those ugly things that can be inside of you. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Nothing is permanent in this life. Nothing. No situation, no scenario. The next time your mama is chewing you out, or the next time your daddy is chewing you out, all you got to do is remember that they cannot read your mind. And remember these words. This too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or this too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. You see? It will get you through probably at least 90% of the ugly situations that you can get into. Okay? So that's what those 4 words will do. I use them all the time. The advice that I share with y'all, I use it. I'm 81 years old. I've been using the same advice that I share with y'all, or that I already shared with y'all, since I was about 10 years old. It truly works. And I tell Pap all the time, I live a virtually stress-free life. And when y'all implement those 4 pillars, you will live a virtually stress-free life as well. Yes, life coach, 81 years. And I also tell Pap that I live an enchanted life. Stress does not knock on our door. It just doesn't. A positive attitude will carry you so much farther in life than a negative one. Don't forget, you don't want to suffer consequences. You want to receive rewards, okay? Thank you, Rita. I appreciate that. You're very welcome. So, implement the 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. I told y'all how you do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. I told you how to increase your level of patience if you are 10 years old or older. I told you exactly how you do it. And I also told you how you do it when you are raising toddlers, teaching them patience. It's a blessing to have a patient toddler. Then pillar number 3 is to stay calm. When you become angry, you start blustering and blubbering and blah, 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 all of that. You are losing power. And I hope you can see that when you see somebody losing control. You losing control, you're losing power. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. So think about that. Think about your neurons. Then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, all of that stuff. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. Okay? This too shall pass. Now, I wanted to touch on, somebody asked about relationships. This book is The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go. I wrote this book in 2008. Now, when in 1957, I was 13 years old. And the females in our village, we really did have a village, y'all, would educate us, would school us on what to say and what not to say, what to do and what not to do in relationships. That was 1957, 58, 59. I was a teenager. I wrote this book in 2008. That's a long time from because I was seeing so many young girls doing and saying things that we were told not to do and say, fronting their men off. That's y'all's word, fronting them off. Fronting off their relationships, all of this kind of stuff. So now, this book, I'm going to read you, the title is The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, among other things. It's 64 pages. It's $9.99 at goodshortbooks.com, and the link is in my profile. When I say let him go, a lot of girls get confused as that they say, oh yeah, I let him go, I put him out. And all. No, that's not what it means. Also, on page 2, I'm going to go over a little bit because I did want to talk about the relationship because a young lady asked about it on this live right now. So on page 2, this says, take heed. Y'all can't see because you can't read it because it's backwards, it's upside down, whatever it is, okay? So take heed. Based on my 50 plus years of observation, I would say that 80%, there's 60 plus years of observation now, y'all. Me and Pat been together 68 years. I would say that 80% of the success of a relationship rests on the shoulders of the woman. This book explains why. So, now, I'm just going to read you the 3rd paragraph of the introduction. This is the introduction. And this is the 3rd paragraph, this one, and then over to here. I'm just going to read this because young girls, and I wrote this book for young girls, 16, 17 years old, like that. But it's been highly reviewed. And one young lady said this is good for newlyweds, engaged couples, even couples that have been married for a long time. It's really a good read. So here is the 3rd paragraph of the introduction. And I explain what I mean by let him go, okay? Let him go doesn't mean don't care. It means be secure enough within yourself that you don't freak out if he's not with you and you don't know exactly where he is. Let him go means don't try to control where he can go or what time he must leave or return. Let him go means don't try to control him, period. Let him go means don't try so hard to change him. After you have paid your dues, and you do need to pay your dues, You may tread lightly in this area, but be careful. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. In addition to letting him go, I have observed the need for and used other philosophies and behaviors to help keep me and my man in a warm, loving, and peaceful relationship. My thinking was he may go, but he'll always come home if I make coming home worth it. But what kinds of things can I do to make it worth coming home? Well, and then it goes into the book. And the 6th chapter in this book is remember that you have faults too. And I would be going to the beauty shop years ago, and the women would be talking about their husbands and their boyfriends like dogs. And so I wanted to put that chapter in there. You remember that you have faults too. And the way some women talk is like they perfect. They don't have any faults or idiosyncrasies or anything like that. So that's one of the chapters in that book. 64 pages, which includes 22 pages of my own recipes. And Pap says that I am an incredible cook and that he lives in a 5-star restaurant. Now, if y'all have enjoyed the live, I really would appreciate if y'all would do a video or a text, not text, a video or a post. So I'm 81 years old, so y'all, so sometimes I get mixed up in all of these terms, all of this stuff, you know. So do a video or a post and tell people what you got out of the advice that I share on this live. So just tell people what you got out of it. So I want to thank y'all for joining my live. And I always close my lives down with this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. This is a 5-star review. I'm going to read it to y'all. 5-star review from Brian. This is a great book to help open your mind. There are an unlimited amount of resources to learn from. You get wisdom, positivity, self-discipline, appreciation for being alive, and so much more in this easy read. This is a book you will save and review over and over again. I highly recommend buying the hard copy of it so you can write in it and highlight quotes that speak to you. This is a must-have. Yeah, so that was what Brian says. These books have really awesome reviews, so thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot, y'all. So now this book is 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. The 167 quotes that I coined. I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. And that quote states, never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Girard Junior High School. Ninth graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. And that's what I said. Yeah. Oh, you're going to love this book. Now, this book is formatted, like I told you, it's 90 pages. This is what's on page 90, the end. So the way it's formatted, the quotes are in all caps, 2 quotes per page, separated by a black and white picture. Now, I'm going to read y'all a quote that I do know that I coined or did remember. I do remember. I know that it was a quote, and because I was entering a contest. It was a quote contest. So I coined this quote, and I submitted it to the contest, and it won as one of 12 for the calendar. It was for a calendar out of over 5,000 entries. Now, I post this quote to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. This is a very popular quote. I know y'all are going to love it. Here is the quote. Oh, thank you. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. Oh, thank y'all. Thank you. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams, people. Chase your dreams. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's. But do chase your dream or dreams. In some cases, God gave some people more than one dream. Oh yeah, I love this quote. I coined the quote in 2011 or 2013. Okay, it was for, like I said, it was for a contest. So now this is, I'm going to open up the floor, and I'm going to, you can shout out page numbers 6 to 89. This is what's on page 90. I already showed y'all. This is page 90. So 6 to 89, and I will read the two quotes on that page. Page 44 for Dodge City Kid. At the top of page 44, do not long mourn your past. Rejoice in your present and your future. At the bottom of page 44, procrastination slows down progress. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, Mount 13, page 67. At the top of page 67, if you focus on your blessings, you can't be depressed. At the bottom of page 67, don't take being loved for granted. Cherish it. Can y'all live by those quotes? Come on, give me some more page numbers. I'll read the two quotes on the page and just give y'all a sample of what these quotes are about, okay? Yeah, good. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you can live by those quotes. All right, page 21 and 14. Okay, page 21, at the top of page 21. Children are watching and listening to you. Be careful what you let them see and hear. At the bottom of page 21, ever wonder what God thinks when he looks at the world? Can you live by those quotes? Okay, page 14 for Victoria. At the top of page 14, anger is energy. If used wisely, the anger will disappear and you'll be left with something positive. At the bottom of page 14, a lover of animals is typically a kind person. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, page 33 and 15. These are the last ones I'm going to be reading, y'all. Page 33 and 15. 33, at the top of page 33, be a leader, not a follower. Always think for yourself. At the bottom of page 33, don't take life for granted. Tune in, be aware. This book is entitled My Simple Quotes to Live By. Page 59 for Dina. Okay, page 59. At the top of page 59, listen to the advice of others. If you can use it, fine. If not, discard it and move forward. At the bottom of page 59, feed the best parts of your spirit. Starve the worst. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay. Now, if y'all like the quotes, I'm on TikTok, and I have 125 subscriber-only videos. If it's worth it to you, you can subscribe, and then you will gain access to all 125 of my subscriber-only videos. I did 2 videos every Sunday. I'm not doing them anymore, but I did a beautified quote. I chose a quote out of the book for 125 quotes. And some of them are pieces that I have done too. This is a beautified quote. This is the quote, it's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. So this is beautified, and I beautified these quotes. And I, on the subscriber only videos, I tell my subscribers why I coined the quote, what it means to me, and so on and so forth. So the book is just a dry quote, but when I do the subscriber only videos, I did, but I'm not doing them anymore. 125 of them. So if it's worth it to you to subscribe, feel free to do so. If you love quotes, you will absolutely love being one of my subscribers on TikTok. So thank y'all for joining the live. And my username on TikTok is JJ, the letter J, JJ Fields, Fields, and the number 7. Yeah, thank you, Kyle. You make it a great day as well. So thanks for the subscriptions, y'all, and thank you for the shares. I really appreciate all of it, y'all. So come back tomorrow. I do these same 4 pillars, but every live I do is different, okay? So thank you for joining my live, and think about doing a video or a post telling people what you got out of the live, how you intend to use the advice that I share. The books are at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile, y'all. So goodshortbooks.com. So I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for joining my live, and I appreciate it. Bring somebody else with you. Spread the word that I'm doing these lives, Undifficult your life. Thanks, y'all. Later. Thanks, moderators.